Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be, and welcome back to the channel. And this is, of course, HCW Show Squared, episode 61, I think it is. The show, take the usual format or formula of HCW Show podcast, expands to the power of, you guessed it, 2. I am your co-host for this edition, once again, Dan, DP, or as they all say nowadays, D-P-Z. Yeah. And rumour has it that ratings were so low last week, or just me, that they didn't want me hosting again. So with that in mind, they've removed the side camera thing that was there last week, and I now bring to you once again the TNA invasion is happening once again. It's Mr. Impact Craig. Craig, how are you?
Do you know me? It's that M-I-C. Craig, aka Mr. Impact. And yes, please do not adjust your sets. The TNA takeover has commenced once again. But of course, we are discussing NXT from the 15th of October. 24th, yes, got the date right. That's a good one. That's the way to start it.
Starting off strong.
Yeah. A lot happened. We've got plenty of Halloween Havoc implications in this show. But I guess we should kick things off. Show opening with Vic Joseph and Booker T stand in front of the stage to build up the show, and got just a quick little recap from last week, which is always nice unless you watch week to week. That's kind of
I don't know if you noticed actually, with the recap they show of last week, they also do with all the matches and stuff. They conveniently left out the ending to Randy Orton and Javon.
Yeah. I noticed that. Oh yes.
I wonder why.
I legit thought that they were going to clip it together of Javon doing the jump and then into the RKO.
Yeah, so
fair enough, they didn't. So okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it just looks kind of. It's not shit. It just it looks bad. Because you got like high flying moves, then standard RKO.
Literally a standard RKO. You can't take that out of nowhere because it was blatantly gonna happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, didn't get to talk about it last week, but it's strange how Randy Orton is now the understanding veteran.
Yeah.
10 years ago, Randy Orton would have punted his head off for doing that.
Mm-hmm. Like I kept joking about it, but I genuinely thought he was gonna be like stupid, like.
The fact Randy Orton said it's okay, like, fair enough, because it's high risk for a reason. It can't always land 100% of it.
I don't know. I think he's getting soft in his old age.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only 40 something.
He's just enjoying himself and mistakes happen.
Yeah.
It's not the same as when he was coming through. You probably get, if you did that, probably Undertaker would batter the shit out of you.
Can you imagine the Javon going to the back? Like, Shaw's like, what the fuck was that?
Surprising at the wrestler's court.
Or hopefully no one's shitting someone else's gym bag.
Or eating chicken out of someone's bag.
Yeah. Some of those stories are ridiculous.
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Not actual wrestling. We come back from the recap, and it's just a single spotlight with a single table and chair, and it is of course the new NXT North American champion, the Don of NXT himself. It's Tony D'Angelo.
Boo.
Okay, the family behind. Just not on the spot.
Boo.
Tony's. It's a celebration for Tony. Well, supposed to be a celebration from the family, but hey, it's just from Tony, who raises a glass to the former champion, hoping that they're now done, but knows they're not. And as if by magic, the former and longest reigning NXT North American champion, Oba Femi, comes out to the ring, still got that aura, like that lost nothing, didn't hurt in the slightest, still completely got that aura. The shirt are on point. That is a legit beast. He comes out, Oba comes out, wants the North American title back, of course he does. Only this time, he's gonna make sure the family, Tony's family, can't make an impact in the match. And then Oba decides to spin the wheel and makes the deal.
God, I hate that so much.
So the North American Championship match at Halloween Havoc will be a tables, ladders, and scares match.
Yay. I hate these so much. These corny fucking Halloween gimmicks.
The pun stuff, yeah. Like I hate puns.
I was like, do you remember one year they did tables, ladders, and chairs and stairs?
Seth and John Cena.
I think it was, yeah.
They have it. Oba Femi has a rematch, although some people don't get rematches, but some people do.
Yep.
Make it make sense.
A wise scholar once told me that wrestling makes no sense. You can't apply logic to wrestling, you know. Don't know where he is now.
Anywho, I think he's too tired. We'll go backstage now to Oro Mensah, interviewed by the one and only Byron Saxton, Byron Saxton, talking about tonight's gentleman's duel match between Oro Mensah and Lexis King. We get a reminder of the rules, and we'll go from again, but these were the rules. You can't strike an opponent when they have 4 points of contact on the ground.
What does that mean, by the way? Does that mean like arms and legs? Like, what does that mean?
I'll that. I will get into it. You can't throw someone over the top rope and onto the floor. A 3 count instead of a 5 count in the ropes.
Yep.
And absolutely no fighting on the floor. Violations of any of these will result in immediate disqualification.
They made sure to be like, absolutely no fighting on the outside.
Yeah, absolutely no. Oro doesn't know what's up with Lexis. Says he is his father's son.
That's how it works, yes.
Yeah. Lexis says it's going to be fair, it's going to be a wrestling match. Mensah's not so sure. Then, for the first in-ring action of the evening, it is the leader of the Ren QCC, Ren Sinclair, taking on the in-ring debuting, that word? I don't know, that's a word now.
Probably is, yeah.
Of Stephanie Vaquer.
The best thing about being busy in life in general is I genuinely forgot about the rest of this card when I watched this. So it went from the backstage thing with Oro to this random music that I've never heard before. I was like, what's this? And then I completely forgot that we got a Vakir match on this show. I was like, oh shit, that's cool.
So the finish happened after Stephanie Vakir hits a double underhook backbreaker.
I thought it was more package, but I thought it was more package backbreaker.
Yeah.
It was like you remember that. You remember how Kevin Owens couldn't do the package power driver when he came to NXT, so he changed it into that package sidewinder thing.
Yeah.
I think it was like that package, but into a backbreaker.
Yeah. Picture. Yeah, I think I just got the word wrong there. Match finished in 4 minutes 41 seconds. In which Ren Sinclair just got tied up constantly and got booted constantly. Ren took one hell of a beating. There were legitimate things in this match I hadn't seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not very often you get to say that in wrestling. But just the things Stephanie was doing, and Ren was also holding her own for some parts, like pulling out really submissions and chain holds, and it's just really well done.
Yeah.
Just a side note: throughout this match, Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade were watching on from backstage. But yeah. Okay, and since we're back to doing ratings, and I am the host once again, I give this one a 2 3/4 stars. It was very solid. Only really one result. Short timing, but I don't think necessarily needed an awful lot of time to. It was basically an exhibition match to show people who aren't familiar with Stephanie Vakir of what she can do. I think it did right. What did you make of it?
So I rated it 3 stars, so only a tad higher than what you did. I think it was a solid show starter that we all knew the result to it going into it. But Ren did put on a pretty good show, including a cattle mutilation in which she did a weird sort of spider rotation like 3 or 4 times, and I was like, "What the? I've never seen that before." I was like. It was really cool. But yeah, I mean the match was what it was pretty much. As you said, it was a showcase mainly for Vakir to show off what she can do. And I thought a good way to kick off the show and get the ball rolling in the right direction for what is to come next for Vakir and hopefully to come for Ren.
Yeah. I mean, it's very cool for Ren that NXT decided we want you to be Stephanie's first opponent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Considering how much they built Stephanie Vakir and really, really built her straight into the main event picture in
a similar vein to, I mean, obviously she's not through NXT or anything, but Chelsea Green was Julia's first opponent in NXT. So that's a sort of vein. Like, they trust you enough to be the first opponent for the new signee.
Yeah, that's a very cool thing to have. That you were the first. So post match, Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade run out to the ring and jump Stephanie. Because the save is made by Julia. A bit of exchange, but Julia pretty much sends them both packing. And then Stephanie Vakir grabs the mic, says, "You two, us two, Home Havoc. Short, simple, to the point, and we know what's happening."
Yeah.
Cool.
But Craig, did they spin the wheel to make a deal?
No.
Oh.
Because apparently only certain people can do that.
I mean, the wheel was just there. You could just be like, you know what? Like, no one's even watching it. There's no Ava. There's no security around. There's nothing. There's no one there to stop anyone from spinning it. Like,
no. Like, also, how is it spinning constantly? Is it a wind machine or is it rigged?
Mm-hmm.
I've got to figure out which one.
I think it's solar powered.
Wow. I didn't see it first. Then we head backstage with the NXT Women's North American Champion and the NXT Champion, Trick Williams and Kalani Jordan, who forgot the name. They're backstage discussing challenges. Kalani tells Trick, reminds Trick that he'll know who his opponent is for Halloween Havoc at the end of tonight. And Trick asks who Kalani will be facing, and Kalani's going to leave that down to Ava to decide. In the background, however, you see a certain fatal influence, and they've got some things to talk to Ava about.
I wonder what that could be. But also, we got the return of no one doesn't like Lani. It's back. Like, as they leave, she's like, "Oh, like I'll leave it to Ava because no one doesn't like Lani." I was like, "Yeah, it's back."
And still backstage.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I've got this one in the right order because I literally just wrote stuff down.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Carmen Petrovich and Brinley Reese in the back,
and they're talking. Yeah, and that's all we need to know.
Yeah. When it's the return of the walking red flag, Ashante the Adonis, who tries to apologize to Karma for interfering or for distracting her during her tag match a couple weeks ago against Rosemary Wendy Chu. Yeah, that happened, and then.
Well, no. Can you at least, like, if you're talking about Ashante, you must at least describe what happened. As much as I hate doing it, because it's quite funny as well. He apologizes to Carmen about the match, and then gives a rose to Brinley.
Yeah, he's nagging her.
Yeah.
It's like he's in 2004.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Just stop. Just stop. Why are you doing this?
Well, someone else seems to have that same opinion in Sean Spears and Brooks Jensen. Brooks, they definitely don't approve. And Brooks squares up to Ashante, thought broken up by Mr. Stone and a bunch of security, and they're told to go to Ava's office. I wonder what they're planning.
Who knows?
However, the rose was stomped on and separated from his.
Oh yeah.
And as Ashante, Brooks, and Spears all that go to Ava's office, Carmen Petrovich comes back in and picks up the petals off the floor.
Carmen, no! What are you doing, Carmen? Carmen!
Respect yourself.
No. Whatever they're paying you, Carmen, is not enough.
Now we head back to the ring for the second match of the night, and it is indeed a gentleman's duel. Lexis King defeating Aura Mensa with the roll-up bridge pin thing.
Yeah. I don't know what to call either.
Yeah, the bridging pin. Yeah, let's go with that. Lexis King taking advantage of the rules pretty early on by putting all his hands hands and knees on the mat to stop, so Oro can't attack him for his qualification. Lexus nearly pushing Oro over the ropes. They didn't go outside at all. I mean, these rules.
The rules really, it really takes a lot out of the wrestling match.
That's awful. I kind of got excited for the British rules thing they were teasing, but it didn't do it.
No.
Not properly. This isn't a stipulation NXT can use much going forward. There's no reason to bring things out again.
I assumed this was going to be like one of those things where it's like Lexus's custom rules sort of thing, where it's like Lexus can do this, but Oro can't, or like that sort of thing. But no, it was meant to be a respectful match, but I don't know. I don't know.
Shout out to anyone who remembers this from WWE SmackDown versus Raw. I can't remember which. MVP rules. It's a 5 counts for everyone else. It's 20 count for MVP outside, but a 5 count for everyone else. Yeah. Okay, to keep it current, Soraya rules.
I mean,
like that anyway.
I mean that was a good match though. Soraya and Hagar. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I just see the social media clips.
Fair. No. I enjoyed it because it's exactly what I said should be this match, and I always enjoyed like those one rules for one wrestler, but everyone has different rules. I always enjoyed that sort of that heelish tactic.
Yeah, changing the rules on the fly as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who was that? I think it was Chris Jericho and William Regal in 2001. I think it was the Duchess of Queensberry rules. And it was like every time, it's like Regal lost like 3 times, and every time he lost, it was like, oh no, I've got to say you can't win by submission. It was like that sort of stuff.
Yeah. That's good stuff. But yeah. Pretty much. I mean, honestly, that's longer than I thought it was going to last. That's just nearly 11 minutes. Again, to be fair, I did give it a 3-star. It was better than I thought it was going to be. A lot of roll-ups towards the end. Oro versus the Coronation. All good stuff. But one thing that did irritate me. Oro was there on the mat. Face down, hands down, legs down. Surely that's breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Surely.
You would think so.
Like, face down on the mat, so his hands are flat on the mat, and so is legs and knees. That has to be 4 points on the floor. Yep. 4 points on the floor. Yeah.
Maybe it's like null and void if your face is also on the floor, because that's the 5th point of contact.
That actually does help. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was thinking 3 stars then. Okay. I mean, it was different. What did you make of it?
So I'll give it 2.5 star. I personally felt it was kind of slow, and it didn't really get into first gear, and the finish was a little weird in that it just not sloppy. It just felt quite slow. In that, I don't know if Lexus was gassed early or something. I don't know, because Lexus was quite slow as well early on, and he didn't get faster throughout the match. So I'm slightly worried there he got gassed or potentially injured. And Oro had to shift his pace to match Lexus, which kind of ruined the flow as well. Otherwise, though, is that you said it is a different kind of match, and I respect them for trying it. But But yeah, I don't know. Very weird. And I hope both men now are done with each other at this point. Because Lexus is 2-1 up.
Yeah, it's done. It's over.
And I will say as well, and we'll get to a bit later as well with Lexus. I was initially very anti-Lexus. I was very against him, but the last few, I want to say a couple of months, since he stopped doing the music feud with Eddie Thorpe, I've actually been enjoying his character work, Lexus.
Yeah, he changed it up, which is what needed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
He needed to evolve, and he did.
Yeah, just lose the chair. That's all you gotta do now.
One thing. But yeah, Lexus. He developed his character, which is what you have to do.
Absolutely.
Adapt all.
I also wonder as well is no, I'm going to come back soon. There were no hints here in the match. I'm just saying that because I don't know what's next for Oro, and I know Noam is. Well, I believe he's relatively quite fit now, because he's been posting pictures with his fiance or his partner on Instagram, and he seems fine. He's not in casts or bandages or anything like that. He's fine. Or at least he looks fine anyway.
Hopefully.
So
it makes it a whole lot more interesting now.
Mm-hmm.
So after that we had backstage. Cedric Anderson and Javon Evans speaking with the tag team champions Fraser and Axiom for Axiom. When Wesley interrupts them, telling Javon he's not good enough. He'll never be good as he is. Javon saying I only need to win 2 matches to do something we haven't done. And then we get a little bit of scrap. It's broken up. For Axiom and a few other people. And yeah,
I feel like I've missed something. Over the last few weeks, why is Javon convinced he needs 2 more wins to do something? What's he getting if he wins 2 more matches?
On this episode, if he wins two more matches, win one, he's number contender for the NXT Championship. Win another, he's NXT champion.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
In my head, it was just generally, if I win 2 more matches, I can get something. That's
Yeah, the NXT Championship.
Yeah, if I win tonight and then next week I beat, I don't know, Edris and Ofe, then I guess I will title match.
That happened. Then we get a reminder of what happened on Monday Night Raw this past week with Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. Meta forced Jakara, Lash Legend, and Miss Jakara Jackson. They sent out a little challenge to Damage Control after costing them the Women's Tag Team Championships. Don't know why.
Nope.
Don't know why, but yeah, alright, cool. So then we get a nice little hype package for the returning Nikki the Lion. Very well done. Put a bit of Lola in there just to make people know why they get this match. Alright. So pretty much this entire match.
Whoa. Slow your roll. You have missed out a very important announcement. On next week on NXT, NASCAR driver Cole Custer will be there. I'm sure he means so much to us both.
Hey, you know, bringing in a NASCAR race that worked for TNA.
There you go.
Shout out Hermie Sadler. He's got Paul Custer coming.
I've never felt more out of touch. Yeah, last week, Sexy Red, cool. This week, next week, sorry, a NASCAR driver, sick. That's two things I don't follow that are appearing on TV.
Before that, an NBA player.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. One thing I never ever want to see, however, is because this relationship they've got, I never ever 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 want to see a man player in WWE. Just never. Come
on, Grealish.
One dickheads.
Grealish, let's go. Haaland. Come on, Haaland. Rodri, let's go, come on.
And just to add on, I never liked Cody Rhodes in the first place.
How dare you?
I want my Tribal Chief back with the championship.
That man is the grandson of a plumber.
And he's associated with cheaters.
His dad is a former NWA World Champion, I think. I'm sure Dusty won it. And his brother works in an all-elite company.
Cody, I thought you were a Preston North End fan. Come on. Preston this shirt. Did you not know that Preston and Manchester are really close together? Oh, yeah, anywho. It's match time.
Yeah.
Match time. Lola Vice taking on Nikita Lyons. Nikita Lyons picking up the win in her return to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
This match... how can I explain it? First of all, it lasted 3 minutes 50 seconds. Nikita winning with the Lions Roar, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
After an interference from Jada Parker, who hit the hypnotic on Lola Vice, which, by the way, that's how it should be hit all the time.
Yes.
From now on, that's how you hit that move.
She absolutely walloped Lola with the hip.
Oh my goodness!
Like
I said, that. Wow.
Like I was hypnotized.
Like, yeah, that. So when I saw it, I was so maybe now. Don't have your opponent in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
Have him closer to the ropes and then hit it.
I
think that makes it look so fun, and then pull away from the ropes.
Yeah.
That is how you do that move. Oh my goodness.
I feel like she's been working on it because she watched this podcast, where we actively talk about how bad that move is. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to fix it. And then here she is this week with the vast improvement.
It's the first time since, like, because in regular matches, it's never really that impactful for me. Mm-hmm. In the Street Fighters meeting, and now, and against on Lola, that's the first time I've ever, what's the word? Reacted to that move, like, oh, flinched a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the first time. The second time, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just excellent. But yeah, as far as Vice and Lola goes, let's just say
Nikki, yeah, don't worry.
two very similar competitors, like in how they carry themselves in the ring. Like going for similar moves, both going for kicks. Go for spinning back fists. Like,
I didn't realize this first, but they got like 3 characters that are more or less exactly the same. They've got Lola Vice, who's a trained mixed martial artist. You've got Nikita Lyons, who I'm assuming is training also some sort of mixed martial art, I think. And also Karl Petrovic, who is trained in mixed martial arts. And all 3 of them have got this weird like weapon stance or punch a screen sort of thing, or
I think I must have misheard it. Nikita Lyons.
Mm-hmm.
Did they introduce her from Los Santos, California?
Yeah.
Or was that just me?
No, it's a real place. It isn't just a GTA thing.
I can't really like. I'm imagining.
No, the only one.
Who's entering City.
The only ones that are the only ones in the GTA world that are fake are, I think it's Vice and Liberty. They're the 2 that are fake. Whereas
New York.
Los Santos is no, I mean like the name Liberty City.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Los Santos is a real place.
That I can genuinely.
Admittedly, I don't think it's as big as they make out in GTA 5 because Los Santos is like a massive, like.
It's basically LA.
Yeah,
like,
obviously LA is LA, but
it just threw me like, oh. What? Also, why is it some people don't get where they're from as part of their introduction?
I don't know.
Like, why is it some people get, some people don't? Just consistency, please. All I want is consistency. But yeah, the match ended after Nikita hit the Lions Raw.
The Vader Splash, yep.
After a hypnotic from Jada Parker. We get a little back and forth shouty between Lola and Jada for a minute. Nikita just wants to win. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I give it a 2.5 star match. It wasn't perfect, but I wasn't expecting an awful lot. I'm not really too familiar with Nikita Lyons. I started watching, and then she got injured. I stopped watching, and I stopped watching. Started again.
So she's the reason why I watched the NXT.
She just happened to be on the show. I didn't know anything about her. I didn't know who she was.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that the people on the internet are thirsty.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention that, but yeah, this is a match that the internet were loving.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What did you make it?
I rated it 2 3/4 stars. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was just really short. I feel like the result was obvious as well, including the interference. My main note here is not even on the match. It's on the hypnotic. I said it looks brutal. This is what I wrote. Yeah, I mean overall match was alright. Obvious result in my opinion. Sad my girl didn't get the win because of my girl's own device, as we all know. I will never stop singing her praises. And yeah, I've never been a huge fan of Nikita Lyons, but for me, she's like the Luchasaurus of wrestlers. It's like does a certain style, but it's quite slow at it. Like Luchasaurus, like nowadays he's kill switch. He don't do it as much. Luchasaurus was a luchador essentially, but a dinosaur luchador. Yeah. And he's very slow at it. So he do like these slow, like high kicks, a slow moonsault sort of thing. It looked cool because big guy doing it, but it's just slow. And that's currently how I feel about Nikki Alliance. In that she's a bigger woman, because, she is, and she's doing it a bit slower than how, for example, a load of ice would.
Yeah. That's fair.
That's all it is to me. Like,
yeah, like that, I think I've seen one Nikki Alliance match, and that was against Slash Legend.
Oh god, you've seen the worst one.
That's the only one I've seen before now.
That is arguably that is one of the worst women's feuds that's ever been on TV.
I mean, I think in the same episode it was Fallon Henley versus Mandy Rose.
Even still, Mandy Rose was on that that road to improvement, because she did so much better in NXT than she was on main roster.
Yeah. So then we go backstage, and Ava makes Julia Stephanie Vaquer versus Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade official for Halloween Havoc. But
Craig
interrupted.
Did they spin the wheel to make a deal?
No.
Oh.
Because they're not allowed to, I don't know. Maybe only certain people touch the wheel. The wheel.
And again, it is just there on the ramp by the entranceway. You could just spin it. If you're a fan, just spin it. Like you put him in arm's reach of it.
But yes, Ava makes that match official for Halloween Havoc, but is interrupted by the Fatal Influence.
Ooh.
Caroline Jordan, and they don't like the fact that Stephanie and Julia can just get a match by saying they want a match.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out Fatal Influence for calling out bullshit.
Ava says they've earned it, and I have to disagree. I kind of have to disagree on that one.
So if we look at the history, okay, so Stephanie Vaquer has appeared once to help Julia, and then appeared the next week, like this show, to beat Ben Sinclair. Yeah. Meanwhile, Julia beat Chelsea Green, lost the title match to Roxanne, and I think that's it for Julia. Or is there no match I'm missing? Okay.
I can't believe it.
So is that grounds to earn you admittedly non-title, but is that grounds to fight the women's world champion and her tag partner?
This is probably going to lead to some either triple threat or a fatal four-way.
I mean, I want the bullshit tag team world title match stipulation. So if Julia or Stephanie pins Cora, Roxanne loses the title.
Yeah, it would make it a lot more interesting, but yeah, have Ava set up a match for next week. Is Julia and Stephanie Vaquer taking on potentially Fallon Henley and JC Jane, although they could swap it up, they could freebird it and swap it up, but.
I think we Fallon and Jasmine, because JC didn't seem to want anything to do with
it. They all seem very reluctant.
Yeah,
I kind of like that. In that it makes Stephanie Vaquer and Julia seem like legit. Like people are actually scared to face them.
Yeah,
I kind of
absolutely.
Like that. We'll soon see how it plays out next week. Then we go back to the ring.
The ring general. Oh, sorry.
Will Riley Osborne finally get payback on Rich Holland for what he did to Chase University? No.
Riley.
No. Before getting to the match, I'm big fan of Riley's entrance.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
new entrance is excellent. It does him really well. It's the he's pointing out that he's very fast.
Mm.
And I kind of like.
I find it quite interesting as well that he's the only one of Chase U to have their own like custom music.
Yeah, yeah. Also, why didn't Riley? What was in his introduction? Why don't know where he's from? Like,
Because we know where he's from.
I mean, he's from the northeast of England. That's all I know. That's all I know. I don't want to offend like people from Sunderland, Middlesbrough, Newcastle, like South Shields. I don't want to offend anyone like that. So, because if you tell Geordie they're from Middlesbrough, you're gonna get a lot of shit.
That's fair. According to this, he's from Hereford.
What?
Apparently, he's from Hereford. He's also. I didn't know that. Apparently, he's also married to Blair Dunport.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I legitimately grew up 40 minutes from Hereford. You
might have seen him somewhere. He's 26 years old.
That's mad, you know. That's okay. Maybe they don't pronounce. Maybe they won't announce Hereford then. Because they announced he's got.
He's from Hereford, Herefordshire.
Yeah. Because if I say Hereford.
Oh god, they would, yeah. Oh no, not Hereford. It sounds Swedish.
Yeah, big tangent, but I love the way Samantha Irvin says Birmingham. She says Birmingham, not Birmingham.
Oh yeah.
Like I love that because yes, it's Birmingham. Yes, spot on.
I think if they're from the UK Birmingham, it's Birmingham. But I think if they're from the American Birmingham, it's Birmingham.
Yeah, probably. But when it comes to Pete Dunne, she says Birmingham. And I love it.
Yeah.
I reckon she's been watching a bit too much Peaky Blinders. Birmingham. But yeah, anyway, back to the match. It's Riley Osborne versus Ridge Holland.
Trying to so actively avoid talking about this match.
Yeah. But again, Riley doesn't really Riley takes control for most of this match. He's legitimately controlling the match. And again, it's rinse repeat with this match. Ridge just hits him with Redeemer out of nowhere, seemingly.
Yeah.
Thea was there.
Yeah.
Thea literally had no other place in this match. She was just there. Yeah, it just. I mean, DDT to the outside from Riley, running DDT, whatever it was, and then Ridge hits the Redeemer, but of course he's not done. We'll talk about the match first, and then we'll get into the post-match stuff because yes, the match lasted 43 seconds. I give this a 2-star. Yeah, it was interesting. What do you make of the match?
Yeah.
Specifically.
So I rated it 1 3/4 stars. I didn't particularly enjoy it. It just seemed sort of out of nowhere, the ending, and I don't really know what this was. It was a plot device to move us forward. In the same way that Lola Vice and Nikita Lyons was to further the feud between Lola and Jada, this just forwarded Ridge's beef with Chase U. Like, I don't fully understand that, because if you're going to get into a rivalry with faction, right, the aim of the game should be to incapacitate every single person or potentially kill them. So far, he's done nothing like that. Like, he tried to take out Riley. Riley's back next week. Or 2 weeks. No, 3 weeks. 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And...
Not 3, only because they were in Chicago and St. Louis for the big CW launch. That was the only reason.
Like, I don't... Like, this is just like rinse and repeat of what it did the first time around. Like, it didn't serve a purpose other than to forward the story that we're doing here that will continue on into the post-match.
No. It was just, alright, cool. As I said, it was leading to the continuation of this storyline. Speaking of, after the match, Ridge puts Riley onto the outside.
Yes, he does.
Of course, it's not a WWE show without stripping the announce table, is it? It's just not a WWE show anymore. And she should take everything off the announce table and knock Vic's sweets over.
Not the sweets again.
Yeah. They're sweet to earn their money.
Taking bumps and...
Rich places Ryan on the table and gets in ready and pays for the Redeemer. All throughout this, their hell is just screaming at Ridge Holland.
Yep.
To let him go. Let Riley go. Don't do it, Rich. Don't do it. Standing behind him. Behind him.
Yep.
And watches it.
Like, if this is Ridge's leg, right, and I'm Thea, like, this is about how far she was from Ridge's leg.
Yeah.
Like, you could just... like...
if you want to put hands on him, if you have time to go get yourself a steel chair.
Yeah.
Even.
Legitimately.
And at one point, wasn't Riley her love interest?
Yes, that is true. Yes.
Yeah.
There was... What was it? Thea was infatuated with Riley after Thea had turned bad. So Thea came back to Chase U, and then that started because Riley had just started with Chase U, and then she was like, "Oh, it was during the end bit. Sorry, Fatal Influence. No, not Fatal Influence. The final bits of her and JC, and it was like, oh, you should ask him out. Yeah, you should ask. Yeah, you like him, right? Yeah, ask him out. Yeah. And I genuinely, I don't like that sort of stuff normally, but I quite enjoyed seeing Thea's like sort of giddiness about it. Like,
it was kind of So clearly those winners are gone. Clearly they're gone now.
They're friends now. They're friends. They're friends.
Yeah. Riley's been friend zoned.
Yeah. Apparently also apparently also dead zoned, because like even a friend you'd help out, right?
He was fully prepared to just let him take that.
Yeah.
So we're looking at Ridge was holding Riley for what felt like 2 minutes.
Yep.
On the announce table. And then who should make the save?
Whew.
It's only Mr. Bloody Andre Chase.
Yeah.
Mr. Chase is back.
Back, baby.
I haven't written it down. Did he clothesline?
So
the rope?
Yeah, he comes in, hits frankly a great running big boot on Ridge. He then just like Ridge is like sort of like stumbling towards the ropes and stuff, and then Ridge just closes him over the top rope, and then Ridge is on the outside.
Yeah.
And then and then comes security and break up Ridge from Andre and Chase U in the ring.
Also, another thing I noticed, they just got back in the ring. She wasn't checking on Riley.
Yeah.
She didn't check on him. None of them checked on him. Like, fair enough, Andre Chase had his hands full of Ridge, so understandable. But they just don't check back. She should have seen Mr. Chase.
Yeah.
Really, you can get back in the room by yourself, mate. But hey, we got Mr. Chase back.
Yes.
One down, one to go.
Mm-hmm.
They need the MVP back, but okay, now let's go. Now
Yes.
let them cook.
Yeah.
Let them cook.
Now cook a big, juicy Ridge Holland steak.
All that sign in the crowd, Big Duke energy.
Yes.
Was very good.
BDE.
But very,
BDE.
Then break or however you watched it. Come back from the break. Or was it a break? I can't remember. Baron Saxton backstage and he's speaking with Tatum Paxley, who's at her dollhouse, of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a weird little interview.
Yeah. Paxley, of course, playing on her dolls. Saxton asks Tatum about Wendy Chu and their friendship and all that stuff. Tatum's hurt because Wendy didn't first tried to play with her and now doesn't want to play.
Mm-hmm.
Before she can carry on, it's interrupted by Miss Jada Parker, who pulls Saxon away from the interview because she believes what she has to say is more important.
Mm-hmm.
Tatum doesn't like this. Yeah, Tatum doesn't like it. Jada says she doesn't want to play. And once again, Tatum doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So that happened.
Yeah. Very weird. Tatum's not happy, as you know, because Wendy did stuff with her dolls. No, Wendy played with her dolls. Because if I say that, it says something else. Yeah. Wendy took Tatum's dolls. So yeah, she's not happy about that. Jada comes in and is like, "Yoink, Byron!" Like, interview me. And also, this is the on-screen return of OTM. Lucia Price and Brock Nemo behind her, doing nothing as they usually do. And Jada's like, "Yeah, this and that, Lola Vice, this, that," and then Tatum's like, "Yeah, you got your thing, but I want to do my thing." And then Jada's like, "I don't play with toys," and then yoinks the doll head of Wendy and then just drops it. And then in the background is Wendy Chu. She's there. She's standing there silent.
I saw. I couldn't quite make it out. I'm too far from my TV, and my eyes are all, like long-sighted, short-sighted. My eyes are so screwed.
Yeah.
I couldn't quite make it out.
But yeah, so Wendy was watching.
Alright. So yeah, so that happened. I'll just see what's next.
Come on, Greg.
Okay.
Get through it. Come on.
Just a little peek behind the curtain with this one. As soon as Brooks made his entrance, it's a Shante Adonis versus Brooks Jensen.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I saw watch Brooks' entrance, I had to stop watching for a little bit. But there's 40 minutes into the show, and I had to take a break. It's already been way too much, and now it's this.
Yep.
It's this.
Yep.
Shante the Adonis, who is defeated by Brooks Jensen with Sean Spears at ringside.
Mm-hmm.
The match lasted 4 minutes 36 seconds. Where to start with this?
I mean, you can start off with... Yeah, you can start off with that. Ashante is not a bad wrestler. Like, he's genuinely not a bad wrestler. The in-ring stuff with him and Brooks is not bad. It's just the story stuff.
Yeah, I fully agree. Ashante is a very good wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
And Brooks is a very good wrestler.
Yeah.
But the finish came after... actually, no, because that leads into it, doesn't it? Because it was kind of back and forth for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the majority of it is Ashante, it seems like. Okay, I'm just going to things I have to like to say.
Just say it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So, Ashante hits Brooks with a drop kick to the back.
Mm-hmm.
And once they're both down, Khan Petrovic just walks to ringside.
Yes.
Holding a little baggy thing. Walks to the apron, opens the bag up, and pours out the rose petals from the rose Ashante gave to Brinley earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Ashante's very confused.
Yep.
I'm very confused.
Yep.
Brooks is very confused. Sean's very confused. I think it's safe to say everyone's very confused.
Colton are confused.
So, Common just leaves the rose petals on the ring apron and backs away.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst Ashante's trying to figure out what this means, Sean Spears gets involved.
Yeah.
Pops on the distraction, and Brooks hits the DDT for the win. I gave this a straight 2.5 stars. The match, I said the match was good,
Mm-hmm.
but everything else was just very confusing.
Yeah.
Is Carmen into it? Is she trying to distract Ashante? Is she, like, what? What did you make of the match and this whole thing with Carmen and Ashante?
So I rated it 2 stars. Firstly, normally I would go off just match, but because the story was heavily entwined with the match, I can't ignore the story. I gotta be honest, I didn't really care about this match going into it. I saw it happen backstage. I was like, I know you're going with this. I'm not interested. I watched it still, but my notes are very limited. The main plot point here was nothing to do with Brooks or Sean Spears. It was to do with Ashante and Carmen. And this weird sort of, is Carmen into Ashante? Is she scorned because Ashante's not paying her attention? Or is this something else entirely? Carmen seemed to not mind Ashante losing.
Right.
So,
Yeah, she didn't.
so to me, I think she's annoyed or angry at Ashante because, like, quite literally, he shunned her in front of her face. I don't fully understand it. It's not as creepy around the ring than it is backstage.
Yeah.
And also, it's her doing it to him, so I'm not as against it.
Yeah.
Saying that though, I just don't know where to go with this. I hope we get some sort of answer soon, and Ashante stops being a creep. Because at the end, we did see Ashante saying like he's like laying down, but like through the bottom rope, he's like, "Oh yeah, I see you, girl."
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna get some advancement in that, and hopefully a conclusion to whatever this is.
Please just end it.
Like, if you're gonna put Carmen Petrovic with Ashante on this, just fucking do it already. Like, you gonna have this whole like, oh, he's a player sort of thing. Like, it's not gonna work. It's not the 1980s anymore.
he was literally negging her backstage.
Yeah.
Like, he wants her attention, but he's making her crave his attention. Fucking grow up.
I don't think it's as two-way as you think it is. I think up until this point, Ashante has not noticed her in any way. Because every time it's been Carmen around, he's always favoured someone else. Whereas Carmen's been looking at him thinking like no, whatever, like, cool, I'm into whatever you're doing.
Yeah, it's only been Carmen over the last 3 weeks, but it's only been twice on TV because of CW launch.
Yeah.
But I just.
Yeah, no, I know, I agree, but I think I can just look at it a bit more objectively. I think I don't know.
That's very fair. Just one thing. Can we have like a wrestling room 101 thing? I want to put the Ashante saying Adonisly in there. Adonisly, no. I mean, that in there.
I mean, Adonisly, it's pretty good.
It makes me cringe. Like, it makes me feel like my stomach turns hearing it.
Okay. If you're throwing that in Wrestling Room 101, I'm throwing in no, does it like Lani?
This could be a podcast on all its own.
It could be.
We do not like it.
Wrestling Room 101. That's not a bad idea, actually.
Just get that in there. Then we get another video package from the anonymous woman in red.
Ooh.
Who could it be? It's Delta. We saw this week. It's Delta.
Shh. It's Delta.
Every new female NXT star gets that now. That's happening now.
You know, props though to Chelsea Green, because she is a phenomenal character.
Yes, excellent. Even though she still blocked me, but hey. But hey, if you're still not on Twitter, then you'll be able to see the people who've blocked you.
That's ridiculous, by the way.
That's insane.
Like, people who are blocked can now see your messages and what you post and shit, and it's like, what?
That's the whole point, is so they can't see what you're posting. So they can't, you can't interact with them. It's so stupid. So, maybe I'll start seeing Chelsea Green post in the next few weeks. and Tom Campbell can start seeing mine.
Yeah.
Let's start that beef, why not?
Tom,
let's go.
Tom, get on the show, come on, get on the show. Let's talk NXT.
Let's do it. So we come backstage again. This King is on the way out of the building. Stops by.
I love this. Crew, I love this.
And says to Charlie, "Hey, maybe I'm ready for that rounds match now." Just kidding. Carries on walking. Bumps into Tony D'Angelo and the family. Oh, yes, this is it. I never thought I'd enjoy a Lexus King segment as much as I did this one.
Yeah.
Lexus walks off, but Juicy Lucy wants to do the Don a favour and soften up Oba next week.
Yeah.
On TV.
I think Juicy Lucy's getting tenderised.
Yeah. That's That's Luca Cusafino if you're new to this pod.
Yes.
But on this channel, he'll forever be known as Juicy Lucy.
Juicy Lucy. Juicy Lucy Crucy.
And now it is time for the main event of the evening.
It's time.
Let's totally look at you. For the #1 contendership to the NXT Championship of the world.
The Roll Dog, Jesse J.
Oh, you didn't know? It's Wesley versus Ethan Page versus Javon Evans. The finish comes after a lot happened in the corner.
Yeah.
But eventually Javon gets the pin on Wes from I can't remember the finisher, but it happened. But before the referee can count to 3, Ethan Page jumps in and rolls up Javon for the 3.
Yes.
And honestly, it made me laugh. It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, the picture was a banger. I was, of course it's going to be.
Yeah.
Maybe in this match, of course it's going to be. Complete star rating. Oh, I've kind of got to go for. I can't say 4, but it's freaking close. Like if we're going like.
I mean, if you're not sure, you can go 3 3/4, isn't it?
Yeah, I go 3 3/4. Yeah, it just. I know the timing's down, but with a lot of notes on this one, so. No one on that. No, I didn't know the timing down. All right, cool. Anywho, no. First of all, the Spanish Fly. From Javon, I love that move. I will always love that move. Spanish Fly.
It was, by the way, it was 15 minutes and 27.
There you go. Perfect time. Perfect amount of time. For a TV match. Not necessarily a main event, but a perfect time for a TV match. The Spanish Fly is fantastic. I love that match. Wesley, as much as the turn on the Rascals, I still think fuck Wesley for doing that. But nah, he's so good. He's so good.
Yeah.
Just obviously he had a fair few near falls, which not they don't often get me near falls. I think in the last 6 months it's happened twice, and they both happened recently. First one, Braun Breaker Jey Uso, just before the actual finish, when Braun kicked out of the Uso Splash. That got me. And then this one with the uppercut from Javon, basically flying RKO from Javon.
Yeah.
On Page, I think it was. It got me. I mean, it kind of made me. This makes me sound a bit evil, maybe not evil, but given how much the crowd were invested in Javon winning this match, when Ethan rolled him up, I pissed myself because I wanted him to do that.
Yeah,
I wanted that to happen. I mean, a roll up isn't necessarily the best way to do it. I don't think. Because it's just Ethan just rolled him up. He didn't hit a big move to win it. He just rolled him up.
I think that's the point, though. Like he didn't win definitively.
No, and Ethan Page isn't going to win the NXT title back. He's just not.
I mean, he might.
I mean, he might, but he's not.
We can always dream, Craig. We can always dream.
I was a hot shot trick. Yeah, look at a hot shot trick. The Tower Doom in the corner, like, just, oh my god. Just so good. So good. I think we'll get to the aftermath of the match. After we've discussed it. What did you make of the match in general? Right winner?
Yeah, so I went 3.5 stars. Very much enjoyed it, very much. The crowd are really into Javon. Like, really into Javon. They do this thing, WWE, where they cut off certain parts of your viewing. Like, in terms of the camera work. Like, so you see one angle, and you can't see to the right or to the left. When Javon hit his finish on Wes, I thought for a short second, that's it. Javon's gonna face Trick at Halloween Havoc. I thought, fuck's sake. And then they do this amazing thing, because you can't see Ethan on the side.
Yeah.
So the camera zooms in on the pin between Javon and Wes, and it's out of nowhere, Ethan, roll over pin on Javon. I thought, what the fuck? And he still was there. I'm like, fuck yes. I was like,
so good.
Yeah, very good. It solidifies Javon more as a babyface. Solidifies Ethan as a fucking heel. It's
shaky.
I mean, to be fair, Wes didn't get much out of this match, in all honesty. But Wes also didn't get pinned. So that's something to take away from this, is that Wes didn't get pinned in this match. Javon got pinned. Javon was foolish enough to let himself get pinned by Ethan.
Yeah.
And I think after Halloween Havoc, when Ethan wins the title, we are gonna we're gonna get Ethan and Wes for the title. I think Wes is up next. I don't think Wes is, but obviously Wes is not now. But I think the way it's gonna go is Ethan, then Wes, then Oba. Because, and as much as I don't want to say it, I don't think Oba will be in the back at Halloween Havoc either.
No.
Even in a Table Ladders and Scares match. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this. Thoroughly enjoyed this match, and for good reason. I think this is an easy match of the night. Like the close, like not even close. The second match for this is like Vakira and Sinclair at the start.
Yeah, it bookended really nicely, for sure.
Yeah, it's like GM mode, you know, on 2K, where it's like you want a good opener and a good ender, like.
Yeah. Middle, yeah.
But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it.
Although they broke the rules of GM mode, because in that match they had two heels in the same match.
Yeah, very true.
And also, very different as well. You can't do that.
I mean, also is Red Sinclair a face? Two faces in the same match.
Well, there we go.
So, you know, that is a very poor book in there, don't worry.
Triple H will be very proud of you.
Yeah, he'll send you an email next week to say you should have done that.
I won't get you.
I would love if they referenced that. Just like next week, Sean's going into his office. He's logged onto the computer. Email from Triple H saying, "Why'd you put two faces in the opening match for?"
Excellent.
I would love that.
But after this match, Ethan Page found a microphone. Don't know how he did that. Told Trick Williams to get out here now, damn it. And then, no waste of time. Trick comes out. Ethan spins the wheel. He makes that deal for the NXT Championship at Halloween Havoc. Trick Williams will defend against Ethan Page in the Devil's Playground. Mwahaha. The match we see every Halloween Havoc.
Yep, pretty much.
Do you see how close it was to Boiler Room Brawl, though?
Yeah, I want a Boiler Room Brawl so bad.
This close. Oh my god, a Boiler Room Brawl, please, why?
We've not had one since 1999. A Boiler Room Brawl. Like, just give us a fucking Boiler Room Brawl.
Oh my god.
I don't want to see.
That would make...
This is two no DQ matches. They are pretty much the exact same thing. Is that one will have spooky designs?
Or are they going to put the North American title, above the ring there? Is it going to be an actual ladder match?
No, because it never is TLC. Or TLS, sorry.
Yeah.
It's just an excuse for them to weapons. So Tony can win with weapons. Like,
it works to me. Like, TNA used to do this. Full Metal Mayhem. Like, no. You create this match because it's a TLC match. That's why you created it. You created it for Jeff Hardy. That's the whole reason this match is. You created it for Jeff Hardy, who's the king of the TLC. Mm-hmm. And you put there's no title, but you just throw stuff at each other. You could doing it now. But I hate when they do that. Just no. What's the point? Just have a standard hardcore match. Just no. It's silly. It's like silly.
There's so many different options on that fucking wheel that they never use.
I want it to be random, but I don't think it is. It's not random, is it?
It's not.
Like, they're planning for it.
It can't be, because we've seen TLS like every time, and they'll take on it every time.
Like it has. I think it must be weighted or something.
I think it's because it's weighted or magnetized or something. I don't know, but
it really bugs me. Just for once, have it be random. These professionals, they can call them on the fly.
Yeah. Also, it's not like they're match there and then. You know, like they got 2 weeks to prepare for it. Like,
it's not very often, but it's like Rumbles and stuff. That's not random either.
Wait, it's not? What do you mean not random?
The Kamikaze Pro Roulette Rumble is random.
Yeah.
Like, the rest don't know they're in the match until the music hits, and that's fantastic. It adds some randomness into wrestling. It would just make it way more interesting instead of clearly aiming for one thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous, but hey, there's Devil Playground, Trick and Ethan.
Sick.
Trick and Ethan 3?
I think so, yeah. Or 3. It's 3 or 4.
Yeah. Okay, so they're actually tied. No, they're not. No, because Trick's won both. Trick's won both. He won it at was it Battleground, and then wait,
no, who beat Trick clean on TV, and we were like, oh, I can't believe that happened.
Pete Dunne?
Oh no, yeah, Pete Dunne. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Because that was surprising. Because it was a big clean victory.
Yeah. So I guess there we have it. That was NXT on the 15th of October. So a lot being.
Oh, did you mention the ending of NXT?
Did I miss something?
I don't know. Did you mention the attack? Or did I miss it?
I didn't see that. My feet just cut off.
Oh, okay. So as like Trick is just like playing to the crowd and stuff, Ethan attacks him with some sort of like floodlight or something. It's like a staging light or something. I don't know. It wasn't entirely. He attacks him, and then just essentially just as Trick's down at the ramp, he takes the title, holds it, puts it around his own waist. No, he holds it to the camera while he's standing above Trick, saying that it's game over now, and then that ends the show.
Oh, okay. No, I can. Yeah, it must be cut off.
Yeah, fair.
The WWE Network, they stopped caring now. They stopped caring. Yeah, they're not laughing anymore. I wonder why. Oh. So there we have it. NXT 15th of October. Yeah. 3 matches set for Halloween Havoc. Should make it very interesting.
Yes. We also have, I think it's 2 matches set for next week as well. I think it's 2.
Yeah, a tag match between Julia, Stephanie Vicky, and Roxanne. No, and
Fair Influence.
And Fair Influence. Got. Yeah, I didn't really know that.
There is another one. Who it is off the top of my head though.
Hey, you'll see it on NXT. I'm sure NXT will post this.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Yeah, we have it. Have any final thoughts?
Overall, just another good episode. Good opener, good ender. Stuff in the middle that I could have done without, but ultimately I get it because everyone's trying to build their own stock and build their own stories and stuff, so I'm fine with it. Also, I like NXT being genuinely short now. It's a nice change of pace.
Really good at part of the run. Oh, it's so good.
It's like I miss NXT when it was just an hour long during the Black and Gold era. Because I watched NXT religiously for since 2015-ish. And so I've come through all of it, like Adrian Neville and the Sami Zayn saga, Cesaro, and all that stuff in NXT.
Yeah.
I never saw Corey Graves or Oliver Gray, but I know they were there. But it's nice just coming back to that slightly. Like, it's not 2 hours anymore. It's not like 1 hour 50, whatever. It's like 1 hour 20 or 1 hour 30 at push. And I'm all for that. I love short shows like this. Like, I know it's a bit tricky because you got to jam it all in, but I like it that way.
Yeah, it's just figuring it out, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not just the same as Raw. It's just figuring out how to make it work 2 hours now.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is still excellent. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait for Netflix though. Can't wait to do on Netflix.
Probably not.
Yeah, there we have it. Of course, don't forget you can follow us here, there, and everywhere. You can follow myself and DPZ both on TikTok if you like. Whatever you want to do. Twitter, of course, for the HCW Show.
I will.
HCW Show?
Yes, I will say as well, if you follow me on TikTok, don't put wrestling content. I don't put any content of wrestling on there. In fact, today I uploaded a video of me doing the TikTok trend of Kazan's thick of it.
Yeah.
So I don't upload wrestling stuff on there whatsoever.
Unless you're what's the word? What's the word? I can't think of the word. I can't think of the word. I can't think of the word. I don't know. Better, of course. Like, share, subscribe, and support wrestling.
Support wrestling and wrestling podcasts and wrestling creators across the globe. But only the good ones, because some are bad.
Yeah. All good people.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
Yeah.
people just do it with a click with point.
Yeah, so some people do. But this is not that kind of that kind of show.
No clickbait here. Great, great shooting, brother.
Yeah. But yeah, that'll bring an end to this. So we will end here, and we will see you next week. Hopefully we'll have a different episode for Halloween Havoc, like a separate episode for Halloween Havoc, and then an episode for the weekly. No guarantee of that though. Depends how time falls.
Busy week.
Yeah. But yeah, we will see you next time. Peace.